Good morning. It is 1:44 a.m. on Tuesday, um, the 26th, 2013. Um, my my health is a predominant issue in my life. I really would like to get back to work. Um, I had tentatively planned to go back into physical security, get all the licensing, fire marshal, CPR. Once I learn to use this prosthesis, I can at least do some patrols. I may or may not go for a gun permit. It depends if I go for a private investigator's license. But I wanted to bundle that with my background in computers. I've forgotten most everything about computers. The A plus, the N plus, the Cisco network administrator, the MCSE. Um, Forgotten all that stuff, you know. And I'm pretty sure the enterprise is a bit different than it was in back in the Windows 3 NT 3.5 and 4.0 days. Which basically 2000 every Windows product is based on it. Once they put the Active Directory in it, and starting with Windows 2000, those of you who are familiar with the subject know that pre Windows 2000 you had to use something called Novell, file-based sharing system, type of thing, and it had a directory in it that Apple products, came bundled with. That's why a lot of people went for more expensive Apple products. But Apple's architecture is it's cleaner, but it's not as versatile, you know. Um, I was looking to bundle that with internet security. It's a certification you can take now on internet security. Uh, you know, and this is where I was looking to go to. But every day is a struggle for life. Every day I'm in pain. My back is killing me. I have very little help, and therefore I have to bother my sister. And Sandy's life is laden with its own difficulties. She does not need me adding burden to her life, but thanks to people who choose to disrespect my rights as a citizen, as a man, I'm forced to turn to family. I worked my whole life. I didn't come up hustling. Yeah, I know something about street culture. I try to let folks on the street know I'm not so good. I can't dip my foot in the toe in the water every so often. But when it comes to be about business, I cut bait and I move on. Which gets me in trouble sometimes. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Um, there are constant obstacles. Um, and people have this strange predilection for changing rules in the middle of the game. It's like the time Abbott's teaching Costello to play dice. He tells him the rules backwards. So when he start to play, Costello throws snake eyes. Normally that's bad. But the skewed rules Abbott told him, you know, he's a winner. So after a few things like this, Abbott says, "Oh, wait a minute, buddy, Costello. Wait, I forgot. I told you wrong. I'm in a lot of stress. I just forgot. I told you wrong. This is how you really play the game." So Costello looks at him. He's getting ready to roll the dice. He blows on it. He says, "Okay, you're my buddy. You're my pal. I'll accept what you say." Cha, throws the dice. You know, um, and he rolls a 7. You know, which no rules. That's a good thing. You know, and Abby gets ready to reach for his pile, thinking he was telling, going about the skewed rules he had told him. But that's what it feels like. You know, no matter what happens, no matter how things go, they change the rules. The police, that's a certain faction of the police, I would think they are higher up than not. A patrolman does not tear up a report unless he knows he can get away with it. His immediate supervisor usually is a field level contact, a sergeant, the CO of the precinct, borough commander on up the ladder. I mean, if you're around them long enough, you know how to navigate without saying a word. Now I'm not the one who did that. I had a conflict. A man hit me. The man in 5H hit me, and to this day I'm still in pain. My back is killing me. Ever since this fool hit me, my back's in pain. I can't even take him to court now, thanks to the cops tearing up the report. Housing would not let me have the video on the elevator where it happened. Saturday, December 4th, I believe, of 2009 at 12 noon. Half an hour either way. One of the neighbors saw it, you know. From that day to this day, with the culmination of all of this silliness and stupidity amplified by the fools in 5D, especially the woman, I think her name's Myrna. She's an awful person. She's a miserable person. But they're snitches. And this is what the Civilian Complaint Review Board told me. Somehow or another, all these people have got their hands on my health care. And they shuttle information back and forth. Now, there's no HIPAA forms, of course, being signed, but the law is out the window. You can tell people I carried a gun. iPro doesn't ask, for proof. And I'm denied dialysis. And they know the result. Most people would have died. I've been on dialysis 7 years. I've missed 7 times. And most of it has to do with this nonsense. Not being able to get proper care. So I'm not feeling very optimistic because it's a continuance. I am starting to formulate defensive posture, a nonviolent defensive posture throughout the neighborhood. I am seeking legal redress from the healthcare vendors, the police. They will answer for what they've done. And I need a way to keep them off of me. See, the cops already been up in my apartment without a search warrant, knocked my door down, thanks to the people in 5D. I was on dialysis that day, and nobody knew because there was extra treatment. They came up here to mess me up that day, I believe. But I just want to move on is what I'm trying to say. I didn't get involved in my law. At most, I'm a minor offender of a chemical statute. Dealing with pain, most of the times, they put on me. And don't let me stop for 30, 60, 90 days. God forbid, a year, 2 years, 3 years. Well, especially the days of transit, stop 3, 4, 5 years. They really retro. Why do you think I got spat on all them times? Why do you think the union did nothing? Why do you think I get exposed to asbestos and OSHA does nothing? I wrote my congressman. I was an Ackerman at the time where I was living. I wrote these people. I'm not an ignorant man. Now, maybe a staffer read the letter and didn't deem it worthy. And I'd really like to know how that happened. Transit workers exposed to asbestos and you don't deem it worthy. Transit worker laid off in violation of contract, and the labor department, whom I wrote and provided proof with my unemployment stubs, pay stubs, don't deem it worthy. How do you say there was a problem with my urine when my doctor got a clean sample? and the union didn't even contest it. So it's more of the same. I'm not feeling very good about it because there are constant obstacles. Again, I just want to get to work like a man, take care of mine like a man, produce, protect, and provide like a man supposed to do. And they constantly get in the way of that. And if I die, I want that understood. And it don't happen in a vacuum.